So
also, we're the best podcast.
I got fucked the other day.
Brag about it.
Yeah.
I
Shout out
got
to
held
Esther.
hostage. Thanks. I got held hostage by technology and social media in the worst way imaginable.
Okay.
So I'm going to be moving soon. So I had to get a storage unit. And I had to take a bunch of shit and put it in the storage unit temporarily. So I went, you see these storage units everywhere, right?
First of all, you're moving out of a house and into a non-house.
Yes.
You're going the other direction.
Why don't you just move all the stuff in?
To a
It's not done yet.
house.
He is. I
So
don't
you're
know.
moving out.
I don't have to do the yard.
That's what I told this kid. Don't.
Yeah.
It's overrated.
Hey, let me tell my story.
All right, sorry.
Well, I have
So,
a
shut
question
up.
about
I'm
the
telling a fucking story.
It's about the story.
All right, go ahead.
Why are you moving stuff into a storage unit?
Because the place I'm moving to is not done yet.
Right, but why are you moving then?
Because to show the house in order to sell it, you got to make it look pretty and declutter it.
Good. Okay, carry on.
You also
Continue.
have to depersonalize.
This is
Yes,
also
you
about the story.
depersonalize it.
Do you have a lawnmower?
So I had to go find a storage place. Right, there's one really close to my house.
Barbara's
I
dead.
go there, they're sold out. They wouldn't have any availability. Fine. Where's the next closest
By the
one?
way, open one of those businesses.
Yeah, no kidding. So I all the ones near me are sold out. So I have to go to one way on the other side of town. I get there. I'm signing up. This fucking paperwork takes forever. I just want to rent a room, right? Like, here's my money. Give me the room.
Not even a room, a garage.
It takes forever.
Yeah.
I'm finally done with all of that. And the guy who's helping me is like, he's like, oh, hey, by the way, do you have your mobile phone on you? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, do you mind doing a quick survey for me? I was like, oh, fuck. Okay, fine, whatever. So I pull out my phone.
Wait.
Why would you agree?
'Cause I'm just trying to get out of there, right? I'm just like, sure,
That's not going to get
whatever.
you out. That's no is getting you out of there immediately.
Yeah,
No.
right. But it
Also,
gets-
who doesn't have a mobile phone? Do you
That's why
even
it's-
call it that anymore?
It's a loaded question. So I'm like, sure, whatever. How do I do this? He goes, open up Google Maps. And I'm like, what? He's like, I'm like, okay. He's like, just type our address in there. I'm like, okay. He's like, there, you just click on our storage place. He's like, okay, and you scroll down, you see just rate it 1 to 5 stars. Like, oh, great. He wants me to fucking rate it on Google.
Right in front of him?
Yeah, and he's like over my shoulder looking
Yeah,
at me.
bullshit.
Like, all right, fine, 5 stars. Good job, buddy. He's like, okay.
You did it?
Yeah, and then like a text field opens up. He's like, now just write something personal about your experience with me in that box. I'm like, what? And I'm
The
like,
guy
okay.
made me do this.
Joe was awesome. Published. He's like, okay, great. I was like, all right, fine, bye. I walked out the door. As soon as I walk out the door, I deleted it.
Okay, I couldn't imagine that right now there's a review out there of you where you have like
was
your
awesome.
face.
Chapter 2.
By the way, I want to point out something. You said you got held hostage by technology and social media. You got held hostage by your own inability to say no
That's
to
true.
this guy.
That is very true.
Your own
Also,
social awkwardness.
Now
But-
you've pissed him off, surely.
No, wait. I've got a follow-up now.
Part 2.
So the next day I come back.
Oh,
I imagine it's the equivalent of a waiter like gobbing in your food. There's just like a little pile of spit in his storage unit where the guy just.
The next
gobbed
day
in
I
it.
come back, and in order to use like their push carts, you have to like leave your ID at the front desk.
Oh, no.
And that same dude, Joe, was working there, and there's another dude who's also working there. And so I go to the other dude who I didn't deal
I
with the day
bet you
before.
did.
And I'm like, hey, can I get one of those carts? He's like, yeah, sure, here you go. Go unload all my shit, come back to drop the cart off and get my ID. He gives me my ID. He goes, oh, hey, by the way, Mr. Sorola, I want to tell you something weird that happened. I was like, what happened? He goes, I went and I looked for your review on Google earlier today, and I couldn't find it.
oh boy.
Oh my
And I
god.
was like,
This is Joe or the other
this
guy?
is the other guy.
Really?
And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Joe watched me put it on there. He's like,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Why don't you let me watch you do it again?
No, you.
Yeah, so then again, I scroll down, 5 stars. I typed the exact same thing. Joe was great. He goes, oh, but I'm helping you now too, so you got to write something about me too.
You're getting bullied at this point.
What?
paying me money.
What is going on? So I have to write something nice about this other guy now too.
No, you don't. That's the whole point.
So then I went home and I brought everything. I just did it all at once. I loaded everything. And I was like, all right, I don't need the cart anymore. Deleted it. I was like,
Oh
I'm
my
never
God.
going back there. I
your
can
stuff's
never let this
there.
guy.
Yeah, you have to go
Your
back
stuff
there.
is there.
I don't know. I'll deal with that as future Gus's problem. Because present Gus is like up shit creek.
If
The-
you
the
pay me
next-
$20, I'll go for you.
The next encounter with them, you don't have an answer. You can't be like, oh, weird, I did it.
Yeah.
And it went again. It disappeared again.
I now want to go rent a storage unit at that place so that when they tell me to do it, I'll just go 1 star. What else? Write something personal. The dude's a cunt. And just post that. I want to rent a storage unit just to do that. Because then they can't make me delete it.
Right.
There's nothing they can do.
The weird part was when I was looking for this place before I drove up there. It wasn't a part time I normally go to, so I put the address in Google Maps on my phone, and when it pops up, I was like, wow, 4.91 stars, 120 reviews. This place must be awesome. And then as soon as they made me do that, I was like, oh, well, this
like
fucking
four
Says
explains
that's
it.
why you're
There.
suckers.
That is smart.
Now they're gonna be in there with all your stuff, like
is
licking it and
ballsy.
all that.
Yeah, now you look it up on Google Maps, you're like, oh shit, this place must be great. This must be the greatest storage place in the world.
Hey, you're contributing to that.
You should
I
email
deleted it.
everyone who submitted a review and be like, hey guys, let's turn this place upside down.
Yeah,
let's
delete all
one
your
star
reviews.
this place.
That's not a bad idea. If I could start a revolt.
Is the guy's name really Joe?
No, it's
I
something
didn't
else.
think so.
Is it
And
Clive?
you're not gonna tell us like where this
No,
place is?
God, no.
Is
Oh,
this-
after I move my stuff out and I know all of my stuff is safe, I'll tell you.
How did the other guy know that you were there the other day and that you submitted? a
Fuck
review?
if I know.
Apparently, this is a big deal there to them.
Do you think it's like a contest between those two guys, like Joe and whatever
No.
the other guy's name
I
is?
think it might be like some corporate metric because the second guy was very insistent, like, oh, you have to write something about me now too. Bleen.
Well, did we talk once about how, like, what the bare minimum human would be?
I don't think so.
I hope it'd be interesting. Like, just
Like what?
stripped out, like, just basic human. What would it be?
Like we
I
put
feel
you on
like-
the operating table and we took out as many parts as we could.
Yeah, so obviously start with the crap.
I
Like,
thought we talked about this. Like, where are you in your
appendix,
body?
get
You know,
rid of-
like, where are you? Or that
No,
kind
no,
of
no.
thing?
It's like, what is the bare
well,
minimum
okay,
for a
so
human?
I get rid of your appendix.
heart,
I get rid of
brain.
your tonsils.
Don't eat them.
Then we're
See
talking
ya.
about, like, I can get rid of a kidney and a lung. You'd still be
Arms?
all right. Yeah.
Arms and
So you
legs.
take-
You don't
It's a
need arms
func-
to be a human. You saying some dude with no arms walking down the street isn't a human?
I'm talking about just to function normally still.
I had. Okay. I'm
Look,
just
look,
saying
look.
you can function
There's
normally.
a learning curve
No,
to be
you
had
can't.
when you lose an
normal,
arm.
normal's a word that means something.
You can function with no arms.
It's not disrespectful for one-armed people.
I'm just saying. I
The
think
term
you can
normal, we're
function.
talking about
You're
the
not-
mathematical term within the norm. For somebody with missing both arms, that's not a normal condition for a human. That is.
Someone missing a
physically.
kidney is not a normal condition for a
That's
human
true.
either.
It's also true. It's,
Yeah,
it's
but-
not,
Split
it's not,
hairs with me.
It is not normal to be missing a kidney.
Yeah, I guess I was just talking about internal then. But yeah, you could get rid of a lot.
You get rid of the appendix and one kidney.
Well,
you
just
pretty
go-
much nailed it.
No. Appendix, kidney, lung.
How about one eye? Is that okay?
Why is
Yeah.
that funny?
He's getting rid of all the double stuff. And the one thing that doesn't count.
One eye, one
and then
ear.
all the double stuff.
I guess you're right about the eye.
Why is that funny?
Because you're getting rid of depth perception. With a lung gone,
You can fill in a
still
nostril.
breathe. You can still breathe. You may not be able to run
you
as
can
far
still
anymore.
see.
You kind of need two eyes.
That dude I talked about in the plane crash the other day. The pilot had one eye. He landed it. He landed in the fucking field or in a levee.
I thought you're not allowed to fly unless you have 20/20 vision.
He did when he took off, didn't he?
Then when he landed,
think-
he just
I
had
think-
20 vision.
I think that's in the military.
Wait, what happened to this guy?
This guy,
Wait, I don't know the story.
he didn't lose an eye in the flight.
Okay.
He already had one eye,
He
but
did.
he lost an eye in a previous flight. He
thought-
was in Honduras flying small planes, and there was a civil war going on at the time. And during a takeoff once, someone was shooting at the plane and like shot along his cheekbone and shot his eye out.
Fuck.
On
like
takeoff.
and the
Lucky,
eyeball
dude.
went.
Yeah.
Like,
and so he took off and had to find another place to land and landed. And
He
So
managed
it's
to
exactly
land.
what
yeah,
she
he managed
said.
to land. And then he
What's his
continued his
story?
flight career. And then later, he was flying a brand new 737 from South America up to the U.S. And on
Yeah.
the way, both engines went out. He managed to land the plane on a levee. No
Wow.
deaths.
So he crashed twice.
No, he didn't crash.
He didn't crash the
twice.
first time. He just lost an eye. He got shot at, lost an eye, and landed.
I want this guy to go
What's
back
the
pilot.
story then? Why is him having one eye relevant
know
to
what
the
Because I'm
story?
saying it's a normal person with no depth perception. He's saying that someone with only one eye cannot function.
But why was it relevant to your story that the guy only had one eye to
telling
begin
a story.
with?
I asked-
Because when I told that story the first time, Gavin said it was amazing he could land the plane because the guy had no depth perception. And I'm saying that even without depth perception, you can still be normal and do things.
Okay, listen. You tell that story. You don't need the most recent version because you literally said he didn't lose his eye in a flight. He lost another flight. And then you
Yeah.
tell that story. That's also
She
a
was
guy.
asking.
I wanted to hear about
She
it.
was asking.
But I'm saying just tell that story because he was also in a plane where he went from two eyes to one eye and he had to land that plane too. That's enough of that story.
I enjoyed both stories.
Thank you, Barbara.
It's too many
I'm
stories.
glad I
It's
told
too
the
many
person
stories.
who asked for the story.
Isn't that like telling a story about someone and then telling a story that they did after that's completely irrelevant?
Exactly right.
Whatever. Did I ever tell you about my?
Fair play.
It's like the girl who like went surfing and the shark bit off her arm. Every time she went surfing after that, she went surfing with one arm. It's the one time when the shark bit her arm. That's the relevant story.
No, but the second story, his engines went out. You said.
Right. The second
And he
story is
still
still one
managed-
story.
pilot lands plane with no engine.
There was this
That's
amazing
1,000
story.
I've heard that story 1,000
There was
times.
an amazing story
Person
about a
goes swimming with
girl.
one arm.
There's
Heard
an,
it.
there's an amazing story about a girl who lost an arm surfing. She caught this gnarly wave while she was surfing, but that wasn't the time she lost the arm.
Exactly.
Is that the same as what we just had
Did
a
I
conversation
ever
about?
tell you about my teacher in high school? She had one lazy eye and one glass eye.
But what does she do the lesson before that?
Shut the fuck up.
How is it a lazy eye if it's... What does that mean? That's her one eye that works. The other one just doesn't follow it. It doesn't make this one lazy.
But one
She said
would
she had
be
a glass eye and a lazy
one's
eye.
a glass eye and one's a lazy eye. So her eyes would just be like...
Well, no.
I mean, she's looking in that direction. It doesn't mean this eye is lazy. It means
She'd be looking right at you and both of her eyes would be pointing on either side.
Well, one eye has
It's
to
possible
go.
to have a lazy eye and have it be your only one
Yeah,
eye.
but you can't see out of the angle of your eye if it's wrong, can you? Like,
see,
if
like,
I look
peripheral.
over there, if I look there, I can't see you right
What
now.
do you-
Look
what's
at Barbara, I can see you.
Yeah, but not
What is the
clearly, you know?
definition of a lazy eye to you? What is the definition?
Everyone that Dan likes.
No, it's cross-eyed.
What's the definition of a lazy eye to you?
It's just an eye that doesn't look directly at what you're trying to focus on.
Oh, that's how you say it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't look at what you're focusing on.
Right.
I would say a lazy eye is an eye that doesn't match the direction that your other eye is looking. That's how I think of it. But she's got a glass eye. It's just eye.
It's
Did you
an
mean-
eye that lives on a government
it
handout.
doesn't mean your eye's lazy. It means I'm looking this direction. You know what I mean? It
When
just
you
throws it
watch-
off by
It
this
sits on
one.
the couch and watches soap
Did you
operas all day.
Did you play guess the fake eye when you watch Columbo every time?
No, I never did that. I've never been able to notice like if somebody has a fake eye, like a glass eye.
They're just dead. They just don't. Just looking straight.
That was pretty good actually.
They
That
just
was
don't-
actually pretty good. World War II.
If you had to choose between being blind or
Being
being
blind.
deaf,
I wouldn't. That'd be a tough choice.
I would choose being deaf.
I'd choose being deaf.
Yeah.
This is a stupid question.
What am I
No,
listening?
if you
What am
had
I
to
listening to?
choose.
You guys? Come
There
on,
would
let's
be
be honest.
no situation ever where you would have to choose.
That's why it's a
That's
hypothetical
why it's a
question.
hypothetical.
What's
The
the, point
king of
it?
All
hypothetical.
hypothetical
The king
questions.
of hypothetical questions.
Well, at least mine are realistic.
What if your legs didn't know they were legs?
Well, no one's going to cut your hearing out, are they? What are they going to do? Just like pop your eardrums?
Yeah. That's exactly what
This
they
is a
do.
hypothetical question.
You ask so many goddamn hypothetical
Yeah, but
questions.
they could happen. You're never going to be in a room tied to a chair and they're like, oh, one of them's going in your eye or your ear.
Sure,
Which
maybe
one?
there is. Let's say there's a guy with a knife and he says, "I could poke
Gavin.
your ears out or your eyes."
Gavin, they could really happen. You asked me a question once. If I could be given $10 million, but every time I spent the money, a guy stuck his thumb up my butt for 10 seconds. That was your hypothetical. That's one of your hypotheticals that you came up with.
Well, that's not illegal.
I like how it went from it couldn't happen to it's not
It's
legal.
not legal.
It's totally legal.
See, my
Wait, no,
hypo-
actually, sodomy is illegal.
Thumb in the ass is illegal.
Illegal in the state of Texas, I believe.
Was that sodomy?
Yeehaw.
I think so.
I need a lawyer.
What?
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
What year is this?
Welcome to Texas.
Shout out to
I did have
Ashley.
I think my favorite hypothetical question also was impossible. But it was a really good one.
Which one
Do you want
was
to hear
it?
it?
What was it?
Did I tell on the podcast already? Might have been a Let's Build or something. Your wife and your mother,
Your wife.
they're side by side. Their minds switch bodies.
Oh, I love this.
Oh,
question.
totally plausible.
But
Totally plausible.
you can just stay and live with them like this. Like you'll be living with Esther in your mum's body, I guess. But you can return them to normal state. You just have to sleep with one of them. But do you sleep with your mum inside Esther? Or do you sleep with Esther inside your mum's body?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I don't like hypothetical
What would
questions.
you choose? What would you choose, Gavin?
I just commit suicide.
No, it's super easy. Super easy. Super easy.
Three-way?
Nope. You knock out your wife.
Right, so it's rape.
No, you just punch. You tell him I'm punching you. I'm knocking you out. And we'll fix the situation.
Wait, who are you punching?
I'm punching my wife with the mother in it.
So you're punching your mother's body in the face?
No, I'm punching my wife.
With the
I'm not an
mother in the
asshole.
head.
If I'm Gus, I'm punching Esther in the face, knocking my mom out, and then I'm sleeping with my wife, with my mother inside knocking.
I got confused with that one.
No, it's but
It was like your mother, but you were punching Esther for some reason?
Well,
no.
just give an
I'm saying if I'm
example.
Gus. I'm saying if I'm Gus.
No, I got you. That's a good answer.
Yeah, then everybody's fine. And Esther's got to go to a movie for a while. Like just go to a movie.
Yeah.
So
she was out of the
you're
house.
fine having sex with your sleeping mother inside Esther's body.
Look, this is it's a drastic
Sleeping.
situation. This is a drastic situation,
Yeah.
and it's Mother's Day.
Get us
Mother's
some
Day.
Cherryberries afterwards.
Hey, you know what the best part about this time? You know what the best part of this time of year is in Austin?
Speaking of
Hello.
the wedding,
Go ahead.
you almost pulled the ultimate prank at that wedding.
Fuck, I had it down.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Wait, are we talking about the same thing? I almost did a couple
I'm talking about the
what?
the-
Oh,
Circumcision?
so fucking close.
That would have been
so close.
so fucking terrible.
And I got ruined for me by people who are
Could you explain?
much nicer. Two things I tried to do. I almost ruined Michael and Lindsay's wedding twice. One was
You were trying hard.
there was no way that Gavin forgot There's no way that he remembered to turn off his phone. I thought there's no way he remembered that. And so it's a big promenade or whatever they call that, procession of everyone coming out. They're doing that. Lindsay comes out, everything. Lindsay looked beautiful in her dress. By the way, first person that came out was Michael and his mother. Barbara, I mean, instantly, just, it's like a cartoon. Like, tears are flying like this.
It's because you were standing across the aisle.
She's
Where it's like where I was looking back to see Michael and you could see me, and I like second I saw Michael, I was done.
She was like,
What about Michael made you cry?
Because he's one of my really good friends and he looks so happy.
But think about what he's doing.
He used to be better
He's
friends.
walking.
But he's about to
getting
get married to another
you
one of my
heartless
best
prick.
friends.
He's getting married.
Yeah, but he hadn't got
I
married
was just
yet.
so happy for them, and he looked so happy. It made me
Anyway,
emotional.
Michael hates.
I'm sorry, I'm friends with Michael.
Michael hates Gavin's ringtone, which is that.
If you're gonna do it, put some effort into it.
I
thought that was pretty good,
This is how I
actually.
know how.
You've really got to make it hit. It's got to be like. It's gonna be like piercing.
That's it.
Yeah, but so I had in my text. At the beginning of the wedding, I showed it to Ryan. Get the next to Ryan. I go, don't forget to turn off your phone. And I was waiting for is there anyone who objects to this union? I was waiting on that. But I was like, and then I was like, Ashley's texting me. She goes, if you fucking send that, she was like, do not do that. So I actually waited all the way until the whole thing was over, and they were coming out, and I sent it, and nope, he had his phone off.
You went for it.
Completely off.
I think I checked to see if my phone was on silent about 10 times before I walked down the stairs. And in the end, I just turned my phone completely off. I was like, I might knock it, or it might flash through my pocket. So I just turned the hell
Pro
turn it
tip,
off.
did you know if you have an alarm set, it will turn on your phone and put the alarm on? So
I
like
didn't.
if you have an alarm set for 1 o'clock and your phone's off at like
Really?
12:59,
Well, that's the thing you should have done.
it'll turn your phone on and put the alarm on.
How the
'Cause
fuck am I gonna set the alarm?
I didn't
on your
know
phone?
that.
if you have an alarm
Genius.
set for the morning and you
I
have
think
your
you
phone
can
turned off.
scroll up from the lock screen and you can access the clock.
I'm actually surprised that the iPhone at least doesn't have a thing like I'm going to a movie, so put me on silent for 2
Yeah,
hours.
just
The
do
do
not
not disturb
disturb.
button.
Do you know what to disturb?
But does it do it for a certain amount of time?
Yeah.
And it undoes it after
You can do it for like
amount of
2 hours and it will come back on.
But
Wow.
tell the other
They owe
thing.
me money. Okay, so the other thing was, Gavin doesn't respect a wedding because he's doesn't just like
I'm
you're
not,
emotionless.
I'm not a fan of tradition.
Emotionless.
And like all the weird stuff.
Monty is too busy to care. Monty's like he's there and he's thinking about other stuff. It's like Monty. If I'm Monty, I'm like, okay, I'm at a wedding, but okay, I gotta go to work at some point, so I'm gonna go. And he just doesn't care, so he's not paying attention to stuff like that. So we're eating appetizers and before well, you guys are outside taking pictures, and Monty's like, where are they? And I said, they're outside taking pictures. No, Monty's like, what? They didn't take pictures before? It's like, no, because the bride and groom couldn't see each other. He goes, meh. So and then we're sitting there and we're just chit-chatting with Monty, and I look over and I see the cake, and I go, hey, Monty, want a piece of cake? And he goes, yeah, what kind of cake is it? I go, I don't know. He goes, I go, just get a piece. I go, get me a piece when you get one too. He goes, okay. Sheena goes, what are you
No.
doing? He took a full step towards the cake, and I was like,
He was going to cut a wedding
I was
cake.
like, oh my god, this is gonna be the greatest moment of my life if Monty starts cutting the cake before they even get inside.
That would have been a meltdown.
Oh my god.
But if
You are
it's
the worst.
If it's Monty, it would have been really funny.
Why?
Because look, I
You'll
mean,
be
they had a
dropping him in
wedding
it.
and they cut the cake, and
Why
that's
would
like.
just be sitting there eating the cake?
Oh, also, I don't think he'd be sorry, would he? Like, Lindsay would be like, "What?" He'd be like, I mean,
It's cake.
it's cake. I was going to eat it anyway.
One piece of cake. So I almost got Monty to cut the cake. I was that close to getting Monty to cut the cake. No.
Especially if you cut right in the front of it.
You're
This
a
is
terrible
why-
person.
Cena ruined all the fun, man.
This is why I don't want to get married in front of anyone I know. I would just go away somewhere, do it secretly.
if I got Monty to cut your cake before and you came in for pictures and Monty's eating your wedding cake,
I wouldn't
you would
care.
think that was funny.
I wouldn't give it a toss.
You
Yeah.
have a fun wedding.
The problem is
You do it.
you would probably be marrying someone who does care.
Exactly.
That
why
was
the
it.
wedding is going to
Right.
be
I
half
never-
a thing of all her family and then me and maybe like a couple of people. On my
All
side.
of those things, I didn't think once about Michael. I was like, I can't do this. I can't let this be mean to do to Lindsay. Every single time, I thought that. There's no
Yeah.
way I would do
Well, a wedding is for the bride.
it.
Like
I don't
every
think so.
single decision I made that day was for Lindsay. It was like I don't want to make Lindsay mad, so that was why I tried to do everything.
That's why you
properly.
turned
I
your
don't
phone
think
off.
I've ever seen
Yeah.
Lindsay get mad.